Yeah, hi, all. Good morning. Welcome to the session. Let me share my screen. Kindly let me know in the chat whether you guys can hear me. Yeah, am I audible, guys? Can anyone ping in the chat? Okay. Yeah, thanks for that. Okay, then. So yeah, welcome to the demo session, guys, on the Linux 119. So this Linux course is purely about the beginner and intermediate level of Linux. So just a sec. Yeah. So let me introduce about myself. I'm Karthik here. So I have around 3 years of experience in as a Linux admin as well as application support. And I have a RHEL 8 certification, and day to day I'm handling more than 7,000 to nearly 10,000 servers actually in my company. Okay, so yeah, so this would be the table of contents. Okay, so first thing is we'll be seeing the user management, disk, and process management, and as well as the server troubleshooting. So server troubleshooting is the one like not purely required in your like RHCSA certification is the one which we are going to prepare. So your server troubleshooting, very few you would be doing in your RHCSA. Whereas in your day-to-day activities, I'll be showing you how to do that, like handling, let's say there is a CPU threshold, CPU reached its threshold and as well as memory like that. So you'll be seeing that in action. Okay, so the very first question is why Red Hat, right? So there would be a lot of Linux distros, it is called as. So let me open up quickly Notepad. Just a sec, let me share my whole screen. Yeah, sorry for that. So why Red Hat, right? So the first thing is what is Red Hat? So Red Hat is nothing but an enterprise company, right? So which owns or which created the Linux, right? So their own version. So the first thing is Linux is not created by only one person, right? So many people contributed to Linux, and that is the main thing. It is called as open source, right? So many people contributed in the source code of the Linux, and why Red Hat emerged and why it is reliable, because Red Hat is the one which commercialized it, as well as they provided the support to the enterprise, right? So Red Hat is a separate company, as well as like 2018, I guess IBM acquired Red Hat. So as of now, Red Hat is under IBM, uh, right? So, and Red Hat has the reputation in the industry, as well as like they have the market share of around 60%. market share, which means like almost most of the companies, at least like 1,000 servers would have Red Hat operating system installed in it, right? So as well as why Linux is preferred in your services, there are a lot of benefits while compared to Windows Server. Linux has a pretty much it can work efficiently. The servers would can like efficiency, resilient, it can be, right? So there is a lot of benefits over Windows for sure. But yeah, so even it has its own downsides, but we will come to that later. And what is RHCSA, right? So Red Hat Certified System Admin. So what it means is it is a certification, and it has its own credibility in the like Linux community, as well as if you see in your LinkedIn as well, if you have a RHCSA, it is preferred one, right? So that's the main thing which we will be seeing in the training. Like it will be revolving around the RHCSA syllabus, as well as we will see a concept and we will see a question related to that, right? So yeah, and just a sec. Yeah, so this is so today's session mostly I'll explain you what is the syllabus it is all about, which we will be taking forward for the next 20 days. So the very first thing is the introduction as well as the essential commands. So as you guys already know, Linux is CLI, right? Command line interface. So GUI, CLI, and TUI. So these are all the different ways of interacting with the server or the system. So wherever I mention a server or a system, both are similar. So server or system, right? So as well as ways of right? So GUI is your graphical user interface, CLI is your command line interface, and TUI is your text-based user interface. Okay, so mostly Linux would follow the CLI. Even in your Windows, you can have CLI, but Linux by default, we will use CLI. Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. So we'll be seeing mostly the commands is the one which will be interacting with the server. And it is very important to know most of the commands, right? So we'll be seeing almost like 80% of the commands, because there is a lot of commands, but 80% of the important commands we'll be seeing. That is the thing. And so the next session, tomorrow session, will be installing the like a RHEL 8 or 9 in our VM as well as our AWS instance. So not only in AWS, I will be showing you how to install it in your GCP as well. Okay, so in all the three cloud service provider, we will be seeing that. And performance monitoring. So this is very important. And like in your enterprise, you must monitor the different metrics, right? So if it is a personal computer, you can monitor the metrics here in your task manager. Whereas in your enterprise, since you are monitoring for, let's say, 5,000 servers, you can't see for only one, right? So you need to be cumulatively monitoring it. So there will be a separate monitoring tool for that. So we'll be seeing that. And the next thing would be the user management, right? So user management is there in any operating system, right? And actually, to be frank, Windows Server does better with Active Directory. So we'll come to that in later sessions. But this is like local users, as well as how to create, change password, how to add a group to a user, or how to remove a user if he is like left the company also, and how to provide the super user access. So this is a sudo access. So yeah, very important. one. So that would be the user management, and these are all the OS fundamentals, which means like your different basic fundamentals, all would be the same in your Windows as well. And like you can do archive in your Windows, and soft link also you can create in your Windows, right? So the file permissions, and how to access the SSH, as well as SSH key pair, right? So all this we'll be seeing in our OS fundamentals. There is a lot actually. We'll be seeing that. Okay, so that is this one. So understanding and use of essential tools. So in that we'll be seeing a lot of options. Okay, so and the next thing would be your process management. So like in tomorrow's session or day after tomorrow, we'll be seeing the booting procedure, right? So that is very important in terms of the interview, as well as your basic understanding, right? How the operating system boots up for the first time, right? So not only first time, for like any time it will follow the same procedure. So yeah, so we'll be seeing how to interrupt the booting procedure, and how to reset a root password using the single user mode, what is tuned profile, and so this is what most of the like sysadmins will be working on, like system logs, right? So how to filter a system log and how to monitor that. A lot we'll be seeing. Okay, so okay, is my screen visible? Uh, Tanaji is telling it is not. Can anyone confirm that? Okay, so it is visible. So can you kindly check from your end, Tanaji? Okay, so awesome. So yeah, how to start a service, stop, everything we'll be seeing, and how to do the SCP, like secure copy between each servers. Okay, so and the important topic of the whole syllabus is your disk management, and this is what you will be doing as a like almost every day you would have this disk management activity, at least one. Okay, so the thing is that like how to manage a disk is very important in terms of your enterprise. Why? Because you will be having a chunk of data, but if you don't have a procedure to manage, or if you don't have a system to be followed, it would be like a waste of size, and like you need to manage that for sure, right? So that is where your LVM concept comes in, and how to create and remove LVM, and a lot will be there in disk management, as well as we will be doing Stratus and video as well. So how to create a Stratus and how to manage the video disk as well. So yeah. So like extend the LVM. So very, very important topic it is, and deletion, as well as any file permission issue, how to resolve that. So again, as a sysadmin, you will be the one who have all the privilege to do that. So that is very, very important, as well as like, as I told, video and Stratus is another way of managing the disk, right? So we'll be seeing that, as well as the important topic again, like your security, right? So in any operating system, the security must be like it must be up to the level. Why? Because that is where it defines, because like you need to use that operating system or not, right? So there are different Linux distros. So you just after a session, you just search for Linux distros list. If you see, there will be like more than 2000 distros are there, right? So what is distros are like, uh, since Linux is an open source, right? So anyone can create their own version of Linux using the same kernel and all. So that is the thing. So there is around 2000, but why Red Hat stands out is the security part, right? So the security and support is like enterprise level. So that is the reason Red Hat is still going on for like around 20 years now, right? So yeah, so this already we saw like key-based authentication and how firewall works, as well as SE Linux. Again, very important topic it is, as well as networking. We'll be seeing the basic networking, like how to configure the network script and the network interfaces in your server, right? So as well as the last thing we'll be seeing is the Podman, right? So the containers, Podman is a Red Hat's own version of Docker, we can say, right? So Podman is the one which we'll be seeing here, as well as VMware vSphere. I will try to install and show you like the VMware vSphere is the one which you will be using in your enterprise. So I will try to show you the basics of VMware, right? So again, there is a dependency in this, like most of the laptops, it doesn't work vSphere. So you need a personal computer. We will see that how to install it and how to provision a disk to your VM using vSphere and all. Okay, so that is your syllabus. Okay, so overview of your syllabus. And yeah, the last thing, again, if you want to see the previous batch and my demo class, you can go to the Logic Labs YouTube channel. So I'll post this in your chat. So yeah, you just go here and you can see my previous batch demo class. And yeah, and this is not a free session. Okay, so after this is a 3-day demo session. After that, only for the paid candidates, you will be receiving the WebEx link. Okay, so yeah, and on every day the timing is like 7 to 8 a.m. IST. Okay, so it would be like roughly around 20 days. It can be more than that. So that is this we mentioned approximately. So the course fee is around 3,500, right? So 3,540, and USD it is $48. And yeah. Okay, so this is the important drive link. So I already included in the PDF. So first thing is you just go here and download this one. So this is for the offline installation. So anyhow, I'll be showing you how to install in your AWS as well as any cloud service provider. But like mostly if you want to learn like all the way, you must install in your own machine, because anyhow, AWS or any cloud service provider, they are giving it for free. Still having it in your machine, it is like you can even troubleshoot if there is any issues also, right? So yeah. So for the people who have less resource in your system, which means like, let's say your memory is like 4 gigs or so, I won't recommend you to use a VM. Rather, you can install in your cloud, right? So any one of the cloud. And for people who have at least 8 gigs of memory and one CPU is available, you can for sure install your VM, right? So you just go to the drive link. So this is the drive link. So you can see the previous notes as well as, yeah, this is all the resources will be posted here. Okay, so this is the one which you need to download, right? So the last file, so VMware Workstation Pro, right? So this is a executable file for the VMware, right? So you just download this one and keep it handy tomorrow. This one as well as a RHEL 8.4, this ISO file. So this is a OS image file. Okay, so this is a huge one. So please don't right click download, because it will create an archive out of it, right? So that would take some time, not some, a lot of time. So please do download only the ISO and this one, right? So yeah, so that is the thing. And Yeah, so this is the question paper which we will be working on. So let me download it. Yeah, so this would be the question paper which we'll be seeing. And yeah, so almost all concepts in this question paper we'll be seeing, as well as other than this, as a sysadmin, what you will be doing, right? In day-to-day activities you'll be seeing. So yeah, all the topics which I prepared would be based on this question paper, as well as a day-to-day activities, right? So yeah. Yeah, let me share the link in the chat as well. Yeah, I sent it, Shiv Kumar. So it is, the link is also in your demo class. So today this will be sent in your mail or in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so please do download all these 4 things. So yeah, Kitty, it is a small file, so you can download like now also. So it is a very small file. Again, the Kitty is also is included in your resource file. Okay, so Kitty is like a remote connection. So it is as similar to Putty. Okay, so yeah. But please do download this ISO and VMware workstation. Okay, so very important. These two for the next session. So yeah, and the people who are joined from your friends link or so, like if you got the meeting link from any of your friend, please do join. If you're not part of any of the WhatsApp group, please do click this link. Okay, so let me give this link as well. So this is the WhatsApp group link for, so any communication will be uh, like provided using the WhatsApp group only. So please do join the group if you are not in any of the groups, previous groups also. And if you have any doubts, please drop an email. Like we will have one-on-one session with like using AnyDesk or even Zoom and solve your issue, right? So after the sessions. So any doubts, anytime you can drop an email to me. We'll see to that. Okay. So and let me show you how to enroll for the session. Okay. So this is the web portal. Actually, yeah, you have web portal or any one of the way you can like enroll. So yeah. So just go to this web portal, click on view all course and scroll to the last. So if you see already there is a different batches with Linux admin. So it is my previous batches. If you want the already recorded sessions, you can opt for any one of the previous batch, right? So if you don't want the live sessions and you want only the recordings one, you can opt for the previous batches, right? So you can see, right? So all the attachment or all the notes would be in this one. So yeah. If you want a live session or if you want to continue in this batch, you can use this batch 119, right? So let me paste this as well in the chat, right? So you can enroll via this link, which I provided you, right? So yeah, even the syllabus is also, it would be provided here. So don't worry about that. Right, or else you can even click this link to join. So it is the same link as well, right? So yeah. So any doubts, anyone? Like what you like, if you anyone want you to unmute you, please let me know. Raise your hands. I will unmute you and you can talk. Okay. Yes, Srinivasa. Yeah, good morning.
So good morning. Actually, I'm working as a data center admin.
Uh-huh.
I have knowledge on Linux previously, but I need a revision. Can I go for your previous batch, means videos?
Yeah, so it is the same, Srinivasa. So all the syllabus would be the same. So if you don't have the time for the live sessions, of course you can opt for the previous batches as well.
There is no
So
difference between the previous batch and
yeah,
current.
yeah. There is no difference. Yeah. So
Okay,
it would
thank
be
you.
the same. So because many people prefer the live, right? So that is the reason. Like we will have a live sessions. If you want the already recorded sessions, you just opt for batch 114 or 108, right? So or 104. So any three, all are same. So you can opt for any one of those, right?
Oh,
So please don't opt for everything. So just opt for any one. It would be the same. Okay.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, Gautami, you are unmuted. Yeah, hi. Gautami.
Hi Karthik. Actually, I have worked previously in non-technical like mortgage. I am planning to
Mhm.
move in IT side. Is it possible for me to learn this course?
Of course, you can do this course if you are from non-technical background as well. So the first thing is you need to do the RHCSA certification, right? So sec. I was about to show this link. So anyhow, let me show you now. So the first thing after our sessions, you guys can do this one. So RHCSA certification. It is, let me even give the link. So again, right away, please don't enroll this exam, because if you enroll, you must write the exam, right? So after our sessions, like after, let's say 1 month, you can write this exam. So this has the credibility, and of course you can be placed with this certification. It is having that much importance in the industry, right? So even I might have created the syllabus based on this one. So almost everything it would be the same, because yeah, so our course is designed based on this syllabus only. So yeah, we'll be seeing this one. So after my session, you can for sure write this exam. So the exam cost would be, it is bit costly when it comes to Indian standards, but yeah, it would be around 19,000, around 20,000, let's say. So yeah, it would be around 20,000, as well as yeah, Srinath, I will unmute you. Yeah. So it would be around 20,000, but it is worth it, right? So you have the credibility, and your resume would stand out once you do this one. And of course, if you know, so mostly on day-to-day basis, what and all you see here, right? Objectives. We will do this and more than what like a system troubleshooting and all, it won't be listed here, right? So we will be seeing those as well. So you need not worry, Gautam, on that. Okay, so yeah. So Prabhu Das, yeah.
Hi Karthik, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Uh, okay, so when I want to pay this in the site, shall I get the invoice?
Yeah, invoice will be provided for sure. So right away you'll get the invoice, as well as there will be a course completion certification also will be provided by Logic Labs, as well as invoice. Yeah, it will be sent to your mail which you enrolled or signed up, right? So yeah.
Okay. So one more thing.
Mhm.
In your sessions, your course, you are mentioning the VMware, right? So
Yeah,
can we do this on Hyper-V? I'm not for asking to
Hyper-V.
you, but I will on my side, my demo lab. I just was asking to
Uh-huh.
you. Shall I do on the Hyper-V?
Yeah, you can for sure. You can do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So if you have the, like, if there is no any issue in your virtualization also, for sure you can do in any one of the way. So it doesn't matter, right? So
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Thanks for
Thank you.
that. Yeah. So Srinath, right? Let me search. Okay. Yeah, Srinath, you're unmute.
Yes, sir. I already joined in Ankit Narula's course.
Uh-huh.
And what is the scope of this Linux in this software industry? Is it alone learning Linux? We can do the in Linux admin like jobs. We can get at present scenario. And I want to learn cloud technology. So how
Mm-hmm.
would it would help to that cloud technology,
Okay.
Azure and Azure DevOps? Yeah.
Okay, so let me answer that. So the very first thing, actually, it is a good question. So the first thing we'll be seeing is like in any cloud or DevOps, right? So cloud and DevOps are the buzzwords nowadays, right? So many want to go to that. Why? Because it is, of course, a highly paid job, and like it has its own weightage to that, right? So DevOps and cloud. So in any of the, let's say, any DevOps tools, let me take like Docker. Okay, so even in Docker or Jenkins, let's say, you will be having the CLI, right? So all the commands, mostly you will be interacting with the Docker using the commands, and the Docker would be hosted in a Linux machine. Hosted in the sense it will be installed in a Linux server,
Mm.
right? So you must know at least the basics of Linux in order to work as a DevOps or cloud engineer. So the first thing you must learn is the Linux, right? So that is the thing. So Linux is like it has been there for a long time, but still that is the main reason all these tools are created based on the base would be the Linux, right? So that is the thing. So if you know at least, so that is the thing RHCSA comes in. So RHCSA, if you know all these basic things, you can at least have, it will be having the credibility of around 2 years of experience. So it would be like not only L1, you can even, it would be like a L2 level as well. So
What is
yeah.
L1 and L2, sir?
Yeah, okay. So L1 and L2, it is nothing but again, it depends on the company. So L1 is like fresher and less than
Okay.
1 year of experience. So L2 will be more than 1 year or 2 years experience. So yeah, so it will be like you would have the weightage of 2 years of experience, right? So yeah, again, L1 people will be doing like user management only. So they won't have the even access to do the disk management and any system diagnostic also. So in our course, we'll be doing all those, right? So after our sessions, you can for sure even right away you can't apply for L2 since you don't have the experience for that, but you would know what a L2 would do after our sessions, right? So that is the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So thanks for that. So let me unmute Rajsekhar. Yeah, you're on unmuted, Rajsekhar.
Hey, hi Karthik. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Rajsekhar.
I'm working on a VM admin.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to move to cloud. So how important Linux is to
Okay.
Linux? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
understand?
since you're already as a sysadmin, right, you
Yes,
know that most of the servers would be as a most of the servers would have Linux, right? So installed.
yes. But
So
I'm
you
not working on a Linux. I'm working on a VM. So, I mean Windows.
yeah, got it. So that's the thing. Look, as I already explained, so cloud also is like many would think like you will be using only the AWS this UI console. So mostly it is not. So you will be using the AWS CLI mode, right? So most companies would prefer that because ease of access as well as instead of using the GUI, CLI is like way faster, right? So and so the CLI has like if you know the Linux, of course you know how the commands works, and some of the commands will be the same in your AWS or any one of the CLI. Like GCP also has its own like Cloud Shell, and even Azure has their own Azure like a PowerShell, right? So that's the thing. So if you know the basic Linux, for sure you can work as a DevOps or cloud engineer or even platform engineer. You can So after our sessions, you can apply for all this, or you are eligible for all these roles.
So, okay,
Right, so-
after Linux, I can join any cloud platform. Like,
Yeah. So the baseline would be the Linux. So after that, you can right away join for any, like, let's say, so since AWS is the market standard nowadays, like they lead the market, right? So that is the reason I put AWS, or you can even do GCP as well. So after our sessions, you can learn this, but don't right away learn parallelly. So so Linux is like, you just practice our Linux sessions. So after that, you can do this one. And for a if you are aspiring to be a DevOps engineer, you must learn a tool more than only the cloud, right? So you need to learn Jenkins, Ansible, Prometheus. So yeah, so many are there. So, and the list is a huge one for DevOps. But even a DevOps engineer must know cloud. If a cloud engineer must know Linux. So that is the hierarchy actually. So if you
So
know
you prefer,
Linux, you can work
okay.
for any one of these roles. Yeah.
So you prefer we need to learn Linux first, then join the cloud, any cloud platform, right?
Yeah, I would suggest that. So if you already joined, you just go through that. I don't say you don't right away
Yeah,
cancel the thing. So you just
yeah, got
yeah,
it. I have already
yeah.
joined the AWS class.
Yeah, you just practice that, but the thing is
Mhm.
that the baseline would be the Linux, because many even as experienced system admins, they won't right away prefer the Linux because they might think, okay, it is a very hard thing. The first thing is it is not. Linux is. So yeah, so you just like complete my session, and later you can go for, since you're already enrolled for AWS, right? So anyhow, you just study that. But yeah, you must know Linux in order to survive in a cloud engineer. So that is the thing.
Okay. So, okay, thank you. Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for that. So let me. Is there any doubts, anyone? Okay, Ravindra Babu. Okay, so let me show you how to buy this one. So just click on buy course and click on checkout. So you must be logged in. So I already used my credentials. Okay, so it will show the credentials as well as just a sec. Let me, yeah. So it will right away click on proceed to payment. It will show this screen. Okay, so you can see this one, and you can any one of the preferred mode you can pick, right? So yeah. It will be on every day, Satish. So that is a good question. So the thing is that the session will be from except Sunday, every day the session would be. Even on Saturdays, there would be the session. Continuously, there would be the session, Satish. Yeah. Okay, so let me unmute you, Srinath.
Sir, everywhere in industry, I saw most of the software developments are yesterday also I saw that 48% of people using that Linux, whether it is Ubuntu or Red Hat Linux like that.
Yeah.
Why they are graphical user interface is more comfortable, right? But why they are using Linux machines?
Okay, so the very important thing is like graphical user interface is ease of access for a typical users like you and me, right? But in an enterprise level, there is no need of a GUI, right? So if you want to do a, let's say, extended disk, right? So let me show you. Let's say if you want to, so if you want to do a networking, it would be the easy way to do the configuration for, let's say, for more than 1,000 servers. if it is a GUI, again, you can automate in GUI, but GUI is not preferred and it consumes more resource than a CLI, right? If there is no GUI altogether, then the resources will be like 60% free, right? So even in your Windows as well, so you might have never installed that. So there is even a only command prompt mode is there in your Windows. So if you install that and see, the memory usage will be dropped to just 10%, right? So it won't use much of the resource. And as an enterprise or as a sysadmin, you must have the all the metrics under threshold, right? So that is the thing, and it is easily scalable. So if you use a CLI right away, let's say you can create a script or so, and simply you can push it to any servers or so, right? So yeah, that is the thing. Most companies prefer CLI, and even your console would be in a CLI. So I will be seeing what is a console and all. But yeah, the preferred is CLI for sure. But since we are as a typical user, CLI is not preferred, because right away, even for playing let's say a movie also, you need to type a command and then only you can play, right? So that is a cumbersome for anyone, right? So yeah, but enterprise, that is the only way they prefer, or you must know CLI for sure. After every session, you will be getting the recording on every day. You will be getting it, Nigar. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, so don't worry about all. So it is a huge concepts and all, but I will try my level best to explain it to you, right? So again, there is a lot of comments we'll be seeing. So yeah, so just go through the recordings once again, and yeah, so. And this is the question paper which we'll be seeing. So almost the same might come in your yeah. So the same might come in your exam as well, right? So yeah, so that is the thing. As well as if people who are, let's say, if you download this 9.4 gigs file, and if it is failing, please do download it via your torrent client. So people who don't know torrent, you just Google uTorrent. Okay, so and download the first link, free download. Click download now, and after that you click this or download this and open it. Okay, so that way it will open in your torrent client. So what this means is like even though your system has a very slow connection, it would be downloading. So in this case, still it would download, but for some people in previous session faced issue with this ISO downloading because it is a huge file, right? So yeah. And the very next session we'll be seeing like starting the session, like we'll be seeing the booting procedure as well as the installation. Yeah. And this is the important file. So all the command lines are there. So yeah. 20 days course include demo session. Yeah, so today is the first, so actually speaking, yeah, it includes even the demo, and the first session only I will be going through the overview. I'm not sure your name, Karen. Okay, so yeah, so it includes like from tomorrow we'll be installing and we'll start the session right away. So since again this exam is a practical one, so sorry I forgot to mention that. So there is no multiple choice or so. So that is the main thing. RHCSA has its credibility, right? So you must do all these things, whatever we do in our session, right? You must do in that 3 hours span. Okay, so that is the very important thing. And if you miss one question, so there are 2 to 3 important questions are there. So if you miss that, you can't even proceed further in your exam. So those are all very important questions. Let's say the first question itself, like if you don't know how to set up your networking, you can't proceed further because you can't log into your server, right? Without network. So yeah, there won't be any multiple choice or fill in the blanks like that. So you must do practicals. That is the reason right away it would be a practical session. Okay, so yeah. There is no comparison between the security, Srinath. So each system has its own advantages and flaws. Okay, so yeah, we will get to that. But GUI all are same. Even Linux has a GUI. So we'll see that tomorrow's session, Srinath. I will be installing a GUI version of Linux also, right? So yeah. Security wise, it depends on the operating system. So yeah, I would suggest like yeah, Linux is more secure than Windows comparatively, right? So yeah, there is no for recording. You need not install any app. So first thing is the demo only will be provided in your YouTube. So the next thing you can come to your let's say you can come to this web portal, or you can install the Logic Labs app. Okay, so that app link also will be same, is already in our last slide. So yeah, if you click this link, it will redirect to your Android app, or if you're an iOS user, you can install this one. So from there also you can log into the same and you can yeah, view the recording. Okay, so bank payment, right? So just a sec. So you just click on buy course. Okay, so just click checkout. Right, so you will see this screen. So you can see this is the email ID, you will receive the invoice and just click on proceed to payment. And you can have a different ways of or modes of payment, right? So you can even have a EMI option is also there, right? So yeah, you have UPI card anyway. Okay, so I hope that solves your doubt, Ravindra. Of course, Naveen. So not only mechanical, any background if you are. So this is like a very first thing you need to know. If you want to pursue the sysadmin or any one of this one, so let me even add sysadmin. So these are all the roles eligible after the session. Right, so these are all the roles you will be eligible after the session. So you can even not right away, you can't apply for these, but for sure you are eligible for those, right? So of course, right away you can apply for sysadmin openings, right? So and platform engineering, in the sense you need to become like a SRE, like site reliability engineer as well. So yeah. So yeah, you will be eligible for all these roles. So don't worry about. So this is like a first session, or since you're non-IT background, right? So if you want to pursue the IT, this would be the right decision, I would say. Yeah. So don't worry about VMware and vSphere. There will be a lot of jargon words. So as of now, it would be a jargon word to you because, of course, you don't know that, right? So we'll be seeing each and everything in upcoming session, Naveen, right? So yeah. Once again, right away, don't like pursue or register for this certification. Please do whatever I do in the session, please do practice those, and later you can click this get started, or you can even right away now create your login and keep it handy. So after my session, you can register for the exam, right? So yeah. So is there any doubts? Anyone? Any more doubts? So the session can extend more than 20 days as well. It depends on the pace which we are going, right? So if there is more doubts on each session, of course the timing would extend, right? So that is the reason it would the approximate I given. So at least it would be like 18 to 20 days, right? Yeah, I will share you the link. So this is the link for your Red Hat certification. So after this certification, you can opt for RHCE if you are well versed in that, RHCSA, right? So, but please, you need to practice for that, right? So yeah, that is very, very important because it is a practical exam. So yeah, if you miss one, even a single command, it will be a 0 mark for that question. So that is the thing, right? So very, very important. And it is easy exam, I would say. Not a very easy one, but of course, this is a starting point, right? So of course, you can write this, crack the exam for sure. And the dump for the exam is also provided in the resource file. So you just see the RHCSAQ, right? .txt. So this is the file with the along with the commands it would be. So you just download this and keep it handy, right? So the same question paper it would be along with the commands. Questions, it depends, Nigar. So mostly at least 21 questions it would be in your exam. So 21 to 22 questions it would be. Right, so yeah. As well as the other version of the dump is also here. So this is how in your exam you would have. So 2 servers would be there. And yeah, so this is how you would configure those. So yeah, all this you just download it and keep it handy in your machine, or you can even come back to the same resource link and refer to it. The exam duration is of 3 hours, Prabhu. Yeah, it would be 3 hours. And previously, when I used to write, it was 2.5 hours. So now they extended the duration. So that is good for you guys, right? So yeah. Again, RHEL 8 and 9 both are almost same. So you'll be seeing the difference as well in upcoming sessions. So don't worry about those. Okay, so yeah. Is there any more doubts, anyone? So tomorrow session we'll be seeing the booting procedure. Again, at least the first half, it would be like a theory part. So what is the booting procedure, how it goes, or the flow of it, right? So we'll be seeing that. So yeah, after that we'll be installing the VMware. So before that, please do download these, at least the ISO and VMware Workstation Pro. So all both included, it will be around 10 gigs. So yeah. Certification expiration is there for any certification in Red Hat. So the expiration is of 3 years. So after that, you can renew it. So yeah. So again, for renewal, you need to write an exam. So yeah. Actually, renewal, it would be half the pay you need to pay. So it would be around 10 to 12K, like that. At least 10K it would be, including the GST and all. And most cases, there won't be any change in the questions in your renewal exam. But yeah, there would be some, at least 1 or 2 questions, it would be a new one based on the current trend, right? So they might ask if something is changed also. So yeah. So yeah, please do join the WhatsApp group. So let me provide the group link again. It's different since I'm not from India. Okay. Ravindra, you just do one thing. You just join this WhatsApp group and contact the group admin. They would guide you on the payment. Okay. So because even I'm not sure why you can't pay. Okay. So please do check with them once. Okay. So this is a very good question, Satish. So Rail 8 is must required or Rail 6 is also. Okay, so Rail 8 is required actually. So since Rail 6 and all is kind of obsolete now, no. So please don't use the older version, Satish. At least Rail 8 or even you can use Rail 9. So both are almost same. So, but the minimum it should be a Rail 8. Okay, so you can even just download from your official Rail ISO. You just Google that. It will come to the very first link. You just click that and it will ask for the login for the first time. You just create a login and download it. That's it. Right. So instead of downloading that, I included it in the like in my resource page. So that is the main thing. So if you can't download from the official one, because there it would expire after 2 hours or so. So if you don't have a fast connection, it would expire. So that is the reason I included the ISO here. So yeah, please do download this one, Satish. At least 8 plus. So Rail 8 or Rail 9 you can download. We can download it. Yeah. So the link is also there in your slides as well. So this is the drive link. Okay, so the slides will be provided to you guys. So please do download and keep it handy for tomorrow's session. Okay, so I'll be showing you how to install the operating system. Okay, so right away it will be a practical session. So if you are stuck somewhere, please do see the recordings. If you're still stuck, you just reach out to me in my Logic Labs mail. Okay, so let me even drop. Let me send that also in the chat. So yeah. So if there is no doubts, let's end the session for the day. So we will see in next session, guys. So yeah, thanks all for joining and have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.